ability in producing products and services that provide value to the service consumer. Lean is a mindset focusing on continuously improving the products and services provided. The purpose of Lean, introduced by the research team at Toyota, is to maximize customer value with minimum resource waste. There are 3 terms used in Lean: Muda, eliminate waste; Muri, eliminate overwork; and Mura, eliminate lack of balance and lack of predictable workflow. Kaizen teams are often formed in a Lean environment to transform improvement initiatives into quick wins. Six Sigma is a methodology that improves the capability of business processes. You control the input so you can control the outputs, while improving performance and decreasing variations, which results in a reduction of defects and improvements in employee engagement, quality, and value of the products and services produced. Six Sigma performance equates to 3.4 defects per 1 million opportunities. The most common methodology used in Six Sigma is DMAIC: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Six Sigma requires statistical thinking as well as mature project management. And Six Sigma professionals are identified by their role as black belts, green belts, yellow belts, and white belts. Lean Six Sigma, methodology and culture that relies on collaborative efforts to improve performance by systematically removing waste and variations. Lean Six Sigma is a combination of lean manufacturing and enterprise and Six Sigma methodologies to eliminate the 8 types of waste. Muda. The 8 types of waste are defects, overproduction, waiting, non-utilized talent, transportation, inventory, motion, and extra process. DevOps is a philosophical and cultural model that is based on collaboration to achieve business goals. DevOps isn't a standard, a framework, a methodology, a product, a toolset, or even a set of job titles. DevOps is a philosophy and a culture about collaborating and communicating to optimize the development and operations value stream by improving the products and services provided and minimizing waste. DevOps has 3 ways. The first way, work should flow in one direction, downstream. DevOps is considered a value stream. We want to accelerate this, but no defects sent downstream. The second way, establish the feedback loop upstream to shorten the feedback loop and amplify the feedback loop. The third way is about the environment and culture. Promote experimentation, learn from successes and failures, continuous improvement, and mastery through practice. Verism is a service management approach designed around governments. Verism was released in 2017 and is an approach on how to use existing best practices: ITIL, DevOps, Agile, Lean, IT for IT, COBIT, Kanban, and Kaizen to achieve the outcomes desired by the organization. Core to Verism is the concept of the management mesh, which has 4 stages: define the customer requirements and produce a service blueprint, produce by build, test, and implement, provide the activities needed to maintain and improve the service, and respond, collect, manage, and take action on customer feedback. IT for IT is a vendor-neutral IT reference architecture standard for managing IT as a business, which contains an IT operating mode based on IT value chain principles. COBIT is a framework that comes from ISACA, IT, Audit, Security, and Risk Management certification that optimizes the value of IT by balancing benefits, outcomes, and risks, as well as the use of resources. COBIT has 40 governance and management objectives for establishing governance. The main areas where COBIT is used are to focus on enterprise goals, meet regulatory requirements, focus on pain points, ensuring a process orientation, and providing a common language. That's a lot of practices and standards and frameworks and methodologies to think about. The key message is that none of these frameworks are perfect. None of them are best at everything. Explore the various options and choose what makes sense to meet your organization's goals and align with the company's culture. And remember, service management requires continuous improvement, which means your needs and thus your approach to service management likely should and will evolve over time. The purpose of the service desk practice is to capture the demand for incident resolution and service requests. Capturing demand is achieved by funneling all requests and incidents through a single point of contact called a SPOC for users to interact with the service provider. Traditionally, the service desk was recognized as a function or a team of people who not only recorded all interactions, but were expected to resolve many of the repetitive issues submitted to the service desk. Once an incident was escalated outside of the service desk, it was considered the responsibility of the function that person assigned as part of. For example, an event might have been escalated to the security team, and at that point it would no longer fall under the service desk practice. However, with the adoption of practices versus processes, we must rethink terminology. There's a difference between the service desk practice and the service desk team. When anyone is updating an issue, at first point of contact or escalation, they are part of the service desk practice. Thus, when a team member is resolving a customer issue submitted through the service desk, they are considered part of the service desk, regardless of whether they're on the service desk team or not. So, in addition to providing channels for interacting with the service provided, for example, phone, chat, self-service, social media, the service desk is also typically responsible for measuring and reporting customer satisfaction with the service desk practice and for positively influencing the customer experience with the service provider. Service desk teams may be local, centralized, or virtual. As more organizations are maturing their problem management practices and adopt agile, DevOps, the characteristics of incoming work with service desk is rapidly changing. Some organizations will retain their tier support model, while others will adopt a swarming model, where non-service desk staff will be involved in the initial investigation and diagnosis of incidents. The service desk practice also serves as an omni-channel communications hub for all bi-directional user communications interactions. Moving from multi-channel to omni-channel communication is important to the customer experience. Multi-channel is the use of multiple channels, phone, web, email, to engage customers. While multiple channels are used, the message may not be seamless or consistent across the touchpoints. Additionally, the customer experience may not be optimized across the various devices, phone, smartphone, and laptop that are used by the customer. Omni-channel builds upon multi-channel by building consistency and integration of the various devices, assuring that customers receive the same experience and message regardless of the channel or device. Additionally, in the omni-channel environment, the entire customer journey is documented and available for use. In the past, customers and users often had to restate their issue and what had transpired to each IT support person they interacted with. In the omni-channel model, all the information about the interaction is documented in one accessible record, making the process more efficient and customer-friendly. The service desk is the primary communications point for users, and the service desk will often review and develop communications about changes, releases, deployments, and are often expected to be the voice of the customer in other practices. Most organizations will still have a dedicated service desk team who may be responsible for and interact with many service desk practices such as service desk, incident management, service request management, problem management, service level management, knowledge management, and change management. Let's talk briefly about the function of these practices and how they interrelate. It's important to understand that any given task may be part of more than one service desk practice. For example, when a desktop technician, network administrator, application developer are working on an incident request, they are part of the service desk practice, incident practice, and possibly the knowledge practice, change control practice, release, or even deployment practice, depending on the actions needed to resolve the issue. The incident practice focuses on minimizing negative impact of incidents by restoring normal service operations as quickly as possible. Normally, the service desk team will receive incidents from users. However, other teams will receive incidents from network monitoring and event management, as well as infrastructure and platform management activities that will then need to be funneled into the incident practice. The service desk team will need to have visibility of all these activities to minimize any rework and understand where another person or team may already be working on the issue. The request practice typically makes up the largest volume of work for a service desk team in service desk practice. Service request management is responsible for handling the user-initiated requests, which are a component of each of the services provided. Each organization needs to clearly define their covered service requests, which should be documented in the service level agreement. Often, service requests are initially handled in a self-service request portal via automated workflow, with the service desk team handling those requests which are not able to be automated or received outside the request portal. The service desk practice also works with the problem practice when they raise an error for a known or repetitive issue, and when providing a workaround for a known error. The service desk practice relies on an effective knowledge management practice to ensure efficient incident and request management handling. Knowledge management is also required for effective self-service in any artificial intelligence applications like chatbots or virtual assistants. The service desk practice also handles most user-initiated standard changes that are not automated. The service desk represents the customer change, release, deployment meetings, ensuring that the customer, the service consumer, is represented. Training is provided, and communication is clear so that the customer is prepared. Defining the service desk practice and its various components is an important part of developing your overall service management strategy that provides guidance into key practice areas.
Wait, why did he finish the line?
Value is the perceived benefit, usefulness, and importance of something. Each of us uses our experiences and needs to determine value based on our own perception of usefulness. Services enable the co-creation of value. What that means is that we may provide self-service application, but the value isn't fully recognized until the user applies the application to accomplish their goal. In a services culture, value is derived from the outcomes the services enable. The value perceived is influenced by how easy or difficult it was to obtain the outcome. This is one of the reasons organizations measure CES, or customer effort score. How easy was it to obtain